To create an A4 page, I'll press Ctrl and N on my keyboard. Select A4, check my orientation, I want portrait, and press Enter. With my new page, we'll now see some dialogue in the Properties tab. I'm creating a symmetrical shape, and so for this project, having a page grid will help me line up my components. I'll select the grid and then select Snap to Grid. When drawing in Illustrator, sometimes a colour fill can obscure the view of what we're trying to do, so it makes things easier if we turn our fill to none. We can do that in the toolbar here. The colour of our grid is grey, so a nice bright outline colour will help us see the outline shapes we're creating. I'll choose a gold colour. In this demo we're just working on the initial outline shape, but let's presume I'm intending to build my shield into an elaborate coat of arms, so labelling our layers will help keep our work process nice and tidy and easy to manage. I'm just going to name this layer Shield. So we're ready to start drawing. I'll start with a rectangle shape. I'm going to tap M on my keyboard. See how my pointer has turned into a crosshair? I'll drag out my shape to roughly where I want it and tap Enter. Now I'll tap L to start creating an ellipse. Once I've created this, I could tap V or navigate to the Select tool on the toolbar to select my ellipse and drag it until it snaps into place on my rectangle. We now need to make some adjustments to our overall shape so that it looks more shield shaped. With our Select tool, V, we can stretch out our shape in any direction by dragging at any of the square handle points, or if we want to stretch it from its centre point, we can tap Alt on our keypad. I think these proportions are looking good. We'll use the Shape Builder tool to merge the two shapes into one. Simply select both shapes, then tap Shift and M. Oops, I hit the Control and M, so that didn't work. Let's try again. Shift and M and draw a line through the two shapes to merge. Great, we have a simple shield shape, but it's not that exciting. Let's add a little detail. Our shield will be symmetrical, so to make things easy for ourselves, we'll just work on one half. Click M to draw a rectangle, using the grid to help us align it to the centre point. Tap Enter to set and then select both shapes. Select the Shape Builder tool again and now tap Alt. See that the pointer now shows a minus sign. Draw across the sections of the shape we want to eliminate, and hey presto, they're gone. Now we just have one half of the shield. I want a little castellation effect at the top. To do this, I'll create a new ellipse, tap M or select Shape from the toolbar, and drag it across the part of the shield we want to eliminate. Select the Shape Builder tool, tap Alt and draw a line through the unwanted sections. Let's add a little curve interest. The Snap to Grid option could get in our way here, so we'll turn it off. We'll now select our shape and tap P, or select the Pen tool from the toolbar. See the asterisk? That tells us that our pen is set to create a new anchor point for a brand new shape. We want to add a new anchor point to our existing shape. This can be a bit fiddly, but move it around the outline of our shape until it turns into a plus sign and click. I'm going to put two new anchor points in my shield, one at the bottom and one at the side. Now, instead of the whole shape, we just want to work on little sections of the shape, so we need to use the Direct Selection tool. Tap A. I want a little curved point here at the bottom, so I'll select that anchor and nudge it down. See that we now have two new handles. We'll use these to define the line of our curve. To start creating the curve in the side of our shield, with the Direct Selection tool, click on our new anchor we made and just drag it in a tad. I've just noticed we've got a rogue anchor point left over from our shape merge. It's not necessary and it could get in our way, so let's remove it. It'll be easier to do this if we zoom in with the magnifying tool. Select the Pen tool and hover over the rogue angle point until you see the minus sign and click to remove it. I'll just drag the handle of the curve to tweak it a bit here. Notice that the new anchor point we made has no handles. That's because we made it in a section of straight line that we now want to turn into a curved line. Select the anchor with the Direct Selection tool, and over on the Properties panel we have the option to turn our anchor into a curve. We'll click on that and see now that it has handles. I'll just tweak my curves and then we can navigate to the bottom of the screen and select Fit to Screen for our full page view. I'm happy with this, so to complete our shape we need to add the right hand half. Let's select our shape and navigate to Object, Transform and Reflect. Click Copy so that we now result in two half shield shapes, and then simply drag the new half section to meet the right hand edge of the first. We could turn our grid back on, but this is quite a simple shape to align without it. Once it's in position, select both shapes and then with the Shape Builder tool, draw through them to merge. Time to fill in our shape? We'll just stick to gold, and to do this we can select our outline colour from the toolbar and drag it over to fill the solid fill box. Ta-da! We have now one bright gold shield.